Okay, we're going to shoot over here to the heart line. The heart line is the horizontal line at the top of the palm. It's just below the fingers and tells us about your emotional state and the physical health of your heart. And you have a curved heart line. It means you're loving and caring, very compassionate person. Now, your heart line also reflects the health of your heart. You want a nice, clean, consistent line without breaks or little islands on it. If you have these markings, that can indicate a little bit of stress on that heart. So as we take a look at that heart line, your heart line actually goes along nice and consistent. And you don't see any big breaks in there. You do see, you got a pretty good size oval there. And that's up there in your, like, 60s, 70s. And that can mean some pretty good stress on that heart. And you've got a couple of these little what we call stress triangles underneath. We'll talk about those in just a minute when we talk about that spine line. So you definitely want to stay in touch with your physician to make sure that you're eating heart healthy and that you're doing the things you need to do to keep that heart strong. But you do have some other little stressors that could be caused by misalignment in that spine. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. And that'll be a good starting point to make sure that that heart is healthy. But other than that, it's a good strong line. Now, I'll tell you how to double check that line if there's anything serious. You want to look at the edge of your fingernails. And if you have any kind of a steep roundness to them, or what we call clubbing, especially if they grow over the end of the fingertip, then you want to look at the nail beds. There should be a nice pink color underneath that nail bed. You don't want any kind of blue or bluish tinge. Because if you do have kind of a bluish tinge to that, it means you're not getting the blood flow or the oxygen to the extremities. It means that your heart's actually working a lot harder than it should be. And if you have any of these indicators, you probably want to get a hold of your doctor and have them take a look at your heart. Alright, moving on to the sixth sense. The sixth sense is your intuition. It shows up as a nice little mound just under that index or that Jupiter finger on the right hand. And you want to see that nice little fat pad there. It's called the Mount of Jupiter. And you actually have a very robust Mount of Jupiter. That means that your sixth sense and your intuition is very, very strong. And in fact, you have what we call a little psychic X right there between that headline and that heart line. It means you kind of see, feel, and hear things before they happen, like premonitions. So you always want to listen to that small, still voice in the back of your mind. This is actually your guardian angels communicating with you through your subconscious mind. And they're actually there to guide you. So listen to those small promptings. They'll never steer you wrong. Always go with that first gut inclination, that first gut feeling. Let me tell you how to use or develop that intuition. Whenever you have a problem that seems difficult to solve, find a nice quiet room in the house, one without distractions, and sit down, turn off the lights, relax and quiet your mind. And when you're nice and calm, ask out loud for a solution to your problem. Then put it down and out of your mind and walk away for about probably 30 minutes and let your intuition and your subconscious work on that answer. And when you come back to it, you should have an answer. Listen to the small promptings, the still small voice in the back of your mind, and you should receive an answer fairly quickly. And this actually works really well at night. If you do this just before you go to sleep and let that subconscious mind kind of work on that overnight, you'll find that when you wake, you have a good answer to your problem.